Because now more and more Baha'is are getting to know each other long distance.
It's hard.
So but you're saying it's still important, no matter how well you think you know the person, it's very important to spend some time face to face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any advice on how long that? I
Because
mean, it varies, but what's your experience with what?
the guidance is to study each other's character, thoroughly know each other's character,
Uh-huh.
right? The problem with long distance relationships is you rely on what you say about yourself. So I can say things about myself that you can see a little bit about my character, but it's me talking about me, right? It's not you observing um, the behavior, and it's just really hard to do. There's so many things that you miss seeing. With my first husband, the one that was very difficult, he was drinking alcohol all the time, but because we were in different countries, I was not seeing the behavior. So we would have phone conversations that something seemed wrong, but I had never been around anybody who drank. I knew nothing about it, and I was not seeing his behavior, and so that became a problem. And so it's how you get to know someone long distance is hard. You can be on, they can carry their video camera around, they can carry their phone around with them so you can see how they interact with other people. um, uh, and sometimes sometimes a local, you could ask a local assembly for a letter about the person,
Yes. Yeah.
but an assembly might or might not be willing to do that, or but it or if you know someone, but it's very hard. um, you can The good thing about long distance relationships is you can study and consult without chastity being an issue,
Yes.
right? you
Yeah.
you you have the opportunity to get to know each other and build the friendship in many ways, without the physical passions distracting you. Um, so it has good, sometimes when people are together in person, they just feel this physical attraction, and they don't do the discussing of things and the building of the friendship and that kind of thing. So it has advantages too.
Mhm.
Um, it's just that with the one person where I moved, when I was there in person, all of a sudden I was real. And the possibility of being married and living together all of a sudden became real for him in a way that when we were at a distance, it hadn't. And it became very clear to him he could not marry.
Right. Oh, interesting.
It just was not something that he felt like he could do. So um, But I have seen couples get into trouble when there's a move, and then they feel they have to get married because someone made so many sacrifices to move.
Right.
That marriage lasted 9 months.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's um, it's difficult, but and immigration and visas and all of those kinds of things don't make it easy to visit and don't make it easy to move. But as much as you can, and the quarantine obviously makes it, the virus and all of these things are making it more difficult. Um, but to make a decision to live with someone for the rest of your life, for eternity, without any time to be together in person, I think is really potentially unwise.
right. Yeah. So it's seeing the action, the words and actions, and Yeah, to see those are in harmony. And maybe the person themselves, they're not necessarily trying to deceive, but maybe they don't even know things about themselves to
Well,
share.
That whole
You
job.
know,
Hold your
when
heart. So,
yeah. Well, and if you're having a difficult day and you're unhappy and that kind of thing, maybe on that day you won't call your person
yeah.
and talk to them.
Yeah.
But if you're in the same place for more period, you will see each other in all of your different moods and and particularly it's very difficult for men during the week that women have their period. The hormones
Yeah.
definitely affect, can make someone behave in very different ways. And so, seeing what that's like is, and how hormones affect women and how you react and how you navigate that and all that kind of thing is
Good.
the
Yeah.
reality of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Great advice based
Very
on
good.
experience too. Thank
Very
you so much.